We're calling Jack Lewis right now while we still have Mr. Santacandro with us. Just punch him up. What are your thoughts on the state rep race between Yolanda and Jack Lewis?
Well, I think the biggest story right now is that it was a great race, and it was a very straightforward policy race.
Hi, Mr. Lewis. Brett Walker here, along with Terry Hendricks and John Featherston, Peter Chisholm, and of course the much exalted Tom Santacandro. You're on All Politics is Local.
Excellent. How are you all doing?
Yeah.
Very well. How was your day?
Well.
Very well, Jack.
Oh, we were up late getting ready for today and got up early to get to the polls and worked right up till 7:59.
So what'd you think? What are your thoughts?
We're optimistic going into getting these results in over the next couple of minutes. It's been a great 10 months working in the community, listening to more residents about what they're looking for in a state representative, and soon we'll know what happens.
Well, you've definitely worked hard. What was the most surprising aspect of your race?
Surprising aspect. So I think when you start a campaign back in winter, and you're focused on a primary campaign, and then you change gears to a general, there's lots of things along the way that have come up. Conversations have shifted as both the national and the statewide conversations have changed. But I think for the most part, I've just been very grateful for the roller coaster ride that is running for political office, and through it all, I've had a great group of volunteers and supporters by my side, pushing me to keep going to another 50 or 100 doors, and we'll see tonight how all of our work paid off.
Jack, this is Peter Chisholm Golly, and as you know, I spent about 5 hours at the polls today holding a Jack Lewis sign, and I can remember you mentioned about working campaigning in the winter. I remember last Christmas, just before we were getting Christmas cards in the mail, we got a card from Jack Lewis addressed to my wife, and cause she's on the Democratic Town Committee, and she said, "Who's Jack Lewis?" And I said, "He's a candidate for state representative." So how do you know? He said, "Why else would he be sending a Christmas card?" And I want to just congratulate you. You've come a long way, and we'll see how you do this today. I know that you have a lot of support in town as well as in Framingham, and I know that you probably you put a tremendous amount of work into this, and we're just waiting the results as you are.
Yeah, you've definitely worked hard. How about you, Terry, from the opposing viewpoint?
Well, certainly, if you're driving around Framingham, there's a Jack Lewis sign every third house. So, either he's got the little elves planting signs out in people's yards without their permission, or he's done a lot of work talking to people. I think it's the latter, certainly. So I think Framingham being his hometown, he'll certainly get a landslide there. I think.
I would think.
Ashland's going to be different. There's a lot of support here for Jack Lewis in Ashland, but there's a lot of support for Yolanda being her hometown. So we'll see. And the 7th Middlesex part of Framingham has got some unique dynamics there, as Tom certainly is aware.
Right.
So we'll see.
How about you, Brett? What are your thoughts on the race?
I'm calling this 10 points for Lewis. When we
Write that down.
I'd say there you go. I'm calling 10 points for Lewis. I think he played a masterful ground game. There were he had a lot of volunteers out doing a whole heck of a lot of work. They were in a lot of places, and it was a very energetic campaign. I think that he ran this campaign about as well as it can be run, and I wish you the very best of luck as the results come in here.
Yeah, certainly from the opposing side, best of luck either way, because certainly if you win, I want you to be successful. If you lose, try again.
Yeah, we all benefit.
Try again.
But I got to tell you, I've been very impressed by your work ethic. You've been everywhere, and you should be commended for that. Closing thoughts, and we'll throw it to Mr. Santacandro for closing thoughts on the race.
Closing thoughts. I agree with what everybody said. Obviously Jack's politics line up very closely to mine. We look at the world the same way. I served with Yolanda on school committee for a few years. I've known Yolanda for a number of years. Extremely bright, professional, experienced, ran a great campaign. But I was supporting Jack Lewis because we aligned closely on our worldview, and what he was talking about policy and the kind of things that he's talking about and the way he wanted to move ahead really closely aligned with my worldview. And that's why I supported Jack. I think that the two of them ran a great campaign, and it was a very straightforward campaign. There wasn't mudslinging, there wasn't dirt, there was no nastiness in a campaign, which is now an extremely, extremely rare occurrence. And I think that's the number one story coming out of this race right now, is that this was a strong campaign by two very competent, classy candidates that ran a great campaign, both of them. And we'll see what the voters do. If I'm going to get to make a prediction, I would actually do better than what Brett's saying. I think the
So you're
margins.
taking the over.
I would take the over. Yeah, we're going to do an over. That's exactly.
We're gonna
how
write it down.
I wanted to phrase it.
got?
I would do the over. Yeah, I would expect.
So 10 plus, we're going to call it.
10 plus, 10 plus, yeah. See, that's,
Wait,
you,
no, what is
you
this?
set
You
the
can't-
standard.
I've
been in office 12 years. I do know
So
something.
would you say more than 15? Would you say more than 18?
Yeah, I would
the price
actually.
is right. You can't
want
call
it?
$1.
All right, if you want a number, I'd say somewhere between. I would expect.
I want
he's gonna
decisiveness.
take,
That's what I want.
65 to 67% of the vote.
65,
Okay, but wait, no, that's a different thing though, because remember we got a three.
I'm
three
still on the
candidates.
three-way.
Well,
I
So,
am three-way.
so when you say 65% of the vote,
yeah,
so
that's pretty,
but you're not telling us how many points. So I mean,
Oh,
we'll go with
Yes.
that.
yeah.
Hey, Jack, are you still with
I think
us?
it's. I think it's
I
challenging.
am. I'm
for-
writing down all these wagers.
Write them all down. Write them all down.
This isn't really a money wager.